Good morning, this is Kasturi Day. Today my second video is about the question answer series. I'll discuss the question answer series of the chemical reaction. I was discussing this from the last few videos. Okay, so I'll just continue with that discussion according to ICSE syllabus class 8. So I asked you two questions in my last video. One is what do you observe when phenolphthalein is added to sodium hydroxide solution? Okay, phenolphthalein when added to sodium hydroxide solution, it will turn into pink. The color of the phenolphthalein solution will become pink. Okay. And next question which I asked you to find out was state the importance of the metal reactivity series. Any 2 points. Okay, so first is that the series facilitates the comparative study of the metals in terms of degree of their reactivity. Okay, so it will help us to study comparatively, that is compare the metals which according to their degree of their reactivity. That is, potassium will react very fast, then sodium, then calcium. So calcium, after that comes calcium, then magnesium, then iron. So like that the iron will react much the pace of reaction will be much less than the potassium or sodium. So like that we can compare their reactivity according to their placement of their position, according to the position in the series. Okay, so next one is the importance is it can also facilitate us to compare the metal compounds, comparison of the metal compounds. That is, we can compare their metal compounds like oxides, carbonates, nitrates and hydroxides of the metals can also be compared by this metal reactivity series. Okay, so these two are the importances which can be given as the importance of this metal reactivity series. Okay, next we come to the discussion of today's video. So first is define a chemical reaction and what happens during a chemical reaction and what do you understand by a chemical bond. Okay, so chemical reaction is a process of breaking and making of chemical bonds of substance. First, the chemical bond is broken, or it can be made also of the substances to form new substances. New substances are formed. Then during a chemical reaction, what happens during a chemical reaction? During a chemical reaction, heat and light are emitted, precipitates are formed, gases are evolved, colors are changed, and even energy in the form of heat and light that can be released or absorbed. So heat and light can be emitted or absorbed, precipitates are formed, gases are evolved, colors are changed. So these things, 4 things are happening. Heat and light, that is energy that is emitted or absorbed, precipitates are formed, gases are evolved, colors are changed. 4 things happens. Now what is a chemical bond? What do you understand by chemical bond? I told you in a chemical reaction a bond is created or it is broken. So what is a chemical bond? Chemical bond is an attractive force that holds the atom of a molecule together in a compound. Okay, it's a attractive force. It's a force by which the atoms of a molecule, they are held together in a compound. Okay, now next is we'll give one example each that illustrates the following characteristics of a chemical reaction. First is evolution of a gas, where a gas is evolved. Like when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, hydrogen gas is evolved along with an effervescence. So that indicates the evolution of a gas. Okay, along with that, zinc sulfate salt is formed. So zinc reacting with dilute sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate, and hydrogen gas is evolved, which is indicated by effervescence. Okay, next is change of color. when a few pieces of iron are dropped into blue colored copper sulfate solution. So copper sulfate solution is blue in color. So when few pieces of iron are dropped, the blue color of the solution changes into green, light green. Okay, so that is change of color. Aqueous solution of copper sulfate will change to ferrous sulfate, and copper and this iron will few pieces, that is black colored iron nail, that will become reddish brown, and that is due to deposition of copper. So there is a color change of the solution becoming from blue color to changing to light green. Then next is change in state. So when hydrogen sulfide gas reacts with chlorine gas, okay, then a solid sulfur is formed with an evolution of hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, so see, state is changed from gas to solid. See, for hydrogen sulfide is a gas, chlorine is a gas. So a substance which is formed, that is, one is gas, another is solid. Solid is sulfur. Sulfur solid is formed. So change of state being taking place in a chemical reaction. Next is, how do the following help in bringing about the chemical change? Explain each with a suitable example. Now, pressure. See, how some chemical reactions take place when the reactants are subjected to high pressure. When high pressure is given to a chemical reaction, substances, then a chemical reaction takes place. For example, ammonia is formed when nitrogen and hydrogen combines in presence of high pressure, 200 atmospheric pressure when it is given, and a temperature when it is given 450 degrees centigrade. Then what happens? Ammonia is formed. Nitrogen combines with hydrogen to form ammonia. This this chemical reaction takes place under high pressure, and when the pressure is released, again it gives back nitrogen and hydrogen. So this is a reversible reaction. Next, what happens? Chemical change with when there is light, in presence of light. So that's a photochemical reaction. When a chemical reaction takes place in the presence of light, that's known as photochemical reaction. The the plant which makes food, that is starch which is made by the plant, the glucose that is made by the plant, that is formed by photosynthesis process, that is in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants along with the water. It combines with water to form glucose, and oxygen is liberated. So the food that is prepared by the green leaves of a plant, that takes place in the presence of light, sunlight and chlorophyll. So 6CO2 plus 6H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll forms C6H12O6 and 6O2 is formed. Now another is catalyst. In presence of catalyst, a chemical reaction taking place. So some chemical reactions need a catalyst to change the rate of the reaction in case that the reaction is very slow or very fast. So when it is making the reaction fast, then it is a positive catalyst, and when the catalyst which is making the reaction slow, because the reaction is too fast, so that is a negative catalyst. So first one, we come to the positive catalyst. See, when potassium chlorate decomposes in presence of a positive catalyst, that is manganese dioxide, and 300 degrees centigrade, it decomposes to potassium chloride and oxygen is liberated. 2KClO3 in presence of MnO2, that is manganese dioxide, and 300 degrees centigrade, 2KCl and 3O2 is formed. Okay, without this manganese dioxide, what would happen? The temperature needed for this decomposition would be very large. Around 700 degrees centigrade would require to decompose this potassium chloride into potassium chlorate into potassium chloride. Okay. Next example is of a negative catalyst. Hydrogen peroxide decomposes to water and oxygen, and this reaction is very fast. So to make it slow, a negative catalyst is added, that is phosphorus phosphoric acid is added. Okay, phosphoric acid is added as a negative catalyst to make the reaction slow, to make the to decrease the rate of decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. So 2H2O2 in presence of H3PO4 phosphoric acid, it changes to 2H2O and oxygen is liberated. Next, we come to some chemical reaction that takes place only in the presence of heat. Okay, so like lead nitrate, when heat is given to lead nitrate, it decomposes to lead monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen is liberated. So that this reaction only takes place in the presence of heat. Now, name three biochemical catalysts which is found in the human body: amylase, pepsine, maltase. These are known as enzymes. Okay, these are known as biochemical catalysts which are present in the human body. Next is, what do you observe when a dilute sulfuric acid is added to granulated zinc? We see an effervescence, and that indicates the evolution of hydrogen gas. Next, a few pieces of iron when dropped in blue copper sulfate solution, the blue copper sulfate solution fades away and it turns light green. Okay, slowly turns light green, and there is a reddish brown copper deposition takes place on the iron. Okay, then silver nitrate solution is added to a solution of sodium chloride. What happens? The silver nitrate solution, when it is added to a white insoluble precipitate of silver chloride, is formed. Okay, next is ferrous sulfate solution is added to aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide. What happens? The ferrous sulfate solution is dirty. When it is added to sodium hydroxide solution, a dirty green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide is formed. Okay, dirty green precipitate of ferrous hydroxide is formed when these solutions are mixed together. Then solid lead nitrate is heated. When solid lead nitrate is heated, it forms the white crystalline substance, that is lead nitrate, that when it changes to yellow colored lead monoxide. So white color changes to yellow solid of lead monoxide, along with a reddish brown gas liberates of nitrogen dioxide, and a colorless gas also evolves, that is of oxygen. Okay, next is when dilute sulfuric acid is added to barium chloride solution. What happens? Barium sulfate precipitate, that is a white barium sulfate precipitate, is formed. Okay, the solutions were colorless and the precipitate will be formed, insoluble substance will be formed, that is known as barium sulfate, and that will be of white precipitate, white colored. Okay, so I stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the question answers in my next video. Please go through this, and if you have any doubt, please do let me know. Please do write in the comment box, and do like and share with these videos with your friends, so that they can also be benefited from these videos, and do subscribe to get the notification of my next video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.